Hello, everybody. Another Tuesday on the Poetry Corner, and welcome everybody.
How you doing?
Hi.
All right. Well, I'm going to set the stage off and pass the podium over to you, Valerie Lorraine. And
Thank you.
all right.
Welcome, everyone. It's great to see you tonight. Whether you are a longtime viewer or somebody new, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Then you'll get notified of all the shows. And we have some great poets. King always brings the best to the stage. So tonight we have Preston Touchstone, and we're going to invite you up so that you can speak. Please let everybody know who you are, what you have going on, and where everyone can find you.
Okay, thank you very much. You can hear me okay, right?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Preston Touchstone. I can be found on Instagram under touchstone_1. Also Fred E. Freeloader. I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I have a few odds and ends that are out there. I have a part of a compilation and a few video poems out there on YouTube. And hope to have a book out soon, probably a jazz poetry book.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I know you from Instagram. I'm familiar with your work. You have some great pieces out. We're really excited to hear what you want to share with us today.
Thank you. I'd like to start with a piece called Breathe. And Breathe sounds like this. I died again last night. 9 minutes and 29 seconds replaying in my head. This recurring nightmare, lying in a pool of blood, gasping into breathlessness. Pinned underneath 400 years of oppression, watching life slowly drain from veins onto busy streets lined with onlookers and faces of police looking the other way. Civility and compassion have fled the scene, and in its place there is only rage. And I just want to go home. I am George Floyd shouting at top of collapsing lungs, stomach in knots, organs shutting down, words like whispers, screaming for help, but nobody's listening. And as I fade from the scene, I see other black men, young and old, some yet to be born, brothers that look like me, tied together by bloodline and memory, sharing the same desire to be free, wondering, will they die like this too? Last breaths forever etched in concrete. When his light went out, so did mine.
Okay.
Powerful piece. Incredible.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely imagery on there.
Ez, welcome. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, excellent. Very excited that you're here with us. As well, I would like it if you would introduce yourself to everyone and let them know all the great things that you have going on and where we can find you.
Absolutely. So I go by SC Putnam or at SC Putnam on Instagram. And I recently just released my first debut poetry and prose book. And so I'll be reading on that today. But it touches on the topic of surviving addiction in terms of the family member of someone that is going through addiction. So very excited to share some of my work with you guys today.
Excellent. We're very excited. Thank you. The stage is yours. Go ahead.
So this first piece is called Tattooed. You tattooed your love across my chest, inked and colored at my behest. An original piece pulled from the air, it weaved around my heart with care. The years passed on and the image faded, the colors now lifeless and much degraded. I am the canvas, angry with my thoughts of no longer caring for the artist's loss. So I blackened my chest to hide my art, but I couldn't quite cover the parts that peeked and cried out to be seen. They bled right through as an ugly seam. What a silly girl was I to try and cover a love that died, all the while it remained tattooed on my heart and brain.
Ooh. Really great.
All right.
I cannot wait to read your book. Very exciting.
That's what's up.
Absolutely. Welcome, Justar. How are you?
Hey, that was powerful. I'm glad I didn't miss that. Sorry, my computer is doing its own thing, restarted on me twice. So
No problem. Hopefully we've
thank
got
you
you
for
for
having
good
me.
this time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm Cinderella. I should be a pumpkin right now. It's gone my bedtime. But to
Well,
be
let
here, my
everybody
poetry
know.
family.
Let everybody know where you're coming in from and tell us about you and your art.
Oh yeah, well, if you don't know already, you're not sick of me saying it. I do what in it. It's my motto. Basically, I do a bit of everything. A bit of drawing behind me. Just like getting my hands dirty, do a bit of poetry. So yeah, just a misdemeanor artist is my tag on Instagram. So voila.
Excellent. So you're also a poet.
Yeah. I do
And
art in it. It's all creative.
it's all creative. All creative. And it's how most of us know you is as a poet, but we do know you're an artist. So do you have any books out?
Well, I'm in a book, but ain't nothing to really advertise at the minute until my book gets out, like my own, you know.
Okay.
So put it out there in the universe, help me finish it.
Well, just like you and Prestone, we cannot wait for your books to come out. So the stage is yours. Please indulge us with a piece.
Okay, yeah. All right. This one is called Saboteur Calling. Saturday night quickly becomes Tuesday morning. Saboteur calling, drop by drop. Inhibitions lost, liquid curse, the worst first. Locked in a spell, caged, enslaved. Drowning feelings, lips transfixed, fantasizing over the next sip. Sealing torment, gulp, swig. Pure poison. Taming feelings for -1 second. Twisted perception, self-medication. Make it a double again. Swirling the glass, refracting the past, sipping down fears, gulping each tear, seeing doubly unclear. Spilling into reality, endless glasses, temporary plasters, human beings, a disaster. Descent of an outcaster, washed out, weathered, tethered to the spirits, neat, broken, stuck on repeat, broken, stuck on repeat. Dominating droplets, solidifying disappointment, disguised in delusions, bound to escaping memories, realities, heartbeats, temptations calling, feelings avoiding, decaying, the soul within. Dry spells saturate sadness. Waterfalls can't absorb torrential rainfalls. Anchored by what they did, trying to drown with armbands and full lungs, lost at sea on the island. Suffocating above sea, swimming on dry land. Constricted consistently constricted, restricted, consumed, reminiscent of a different being, functioning human, seen, raising glasses to failings, topping up tales of yesterday, toasting to empty sentences, shoulda, woulda, coulda, reset reality, persistently parched, bitter, sweetheart. Saboteur, let me be, uncuff me, please, leave, chained, empty sleeve, heart clear to see, rejecting facts, life, reality. Fill me with another glass of escapism. Replace the rigmarole of mental turmoil. Blind me with diluted dreams and hangover promises. Anything to overfill this endless emptiness. Namaste.
Oh, Justar.
That was deep.
Always so deep. Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, well, it is my turn on the mic. I'm Valerie Lorraine. You can find me on Instagram at Valerie Lorraine _poetic author. I am the author of a book, poetry book, Falling, and it is my first book. I am also working on getting my second book out, My Life Untitled, and hopefully it will be out in the end of July. If not, it will be August. So I have this piece. It is called Become That Poem, and it is a nod to my pen name. Become that poem. I became the words, watching the cursive swirl, staining white paper, birthing life into ego, momentum of joy, pausing so I could breathe new life, renewed spirit, freshly applied to places where I died. Purposefully, you remained the sinner, the non-fiction novel wrapping me in your pages. I became that fictional poem full of heaven and ink. I lived in each syllable, forever hanging on the excited verse forthcoming, envious of each line I created via past tense happenstance. I became emotion, awareness, eliciting my purpose. I became that poem, pleasantly unaware that I was creating epitaphs. Possibly I would have not gave so much or engulfed myself so deeply that I could never escape the bound covers. This is where I exist, knowing that my story lies in the deceit of you, the naivety of me. You are bankrupt of loyalty, and I bountifully rich in love. Coins you dropped while you pocketed pennies. I prefer to float in that womb of the love poem I became, safely secure from your reach in ballads rich in my pure essence, reading past tense references of your willingness to take succulents for granted, assuming angels flutter for your existence. Ye are gods, powerfully you merged war. Love, full of mercy and compassion, has no deed for your beast. I became that poem, where a lure is enticed by the wild, behind each stanza, where delicacy emerged from the innate. You read my soul, my very heart, using it for your gains. Little did I know then, I gained too. You served your purpose. You forced my hand to pen what became that poem and everyone after. I know you didn't read to the end, where I wrote her in as a brave heroine, fierce warrior, poetess of magical beauty. My pen, my fiction, my poem. I became that poem. I became Valerie Lorraine.
Ooh, it's,
Thank
get,
you.
it's getting deep up in here.
We're going to get even deeper. I know it, because now we have you, our host, King Atterbury. You are coming here when you're going to hit us hard. Tell us all about your books and everything that you have going on. Impress
Well,
us.
my name is King Atterbury, Joel Washington Atterbury on Facebook. I'm the author of 16 books of poetry published on Amazon. I just released my ebook today called The Brighter Side of Me, which is my 17th book. Also,
Congratulations.
thank you. I appreciate that. I'm also the host of the Poetry Corner. We started since 2020 when the pandemic hit. So, and also, I'm on the Epiphany radio show with Queen Simmons, King and Queen's Quarters. I can y'all can hit me up. I can drop you a link to that. It's a call-in show. So that's me. I'm
That
original,
is you. You
and
got a
I
lot going on, and it's all good stuff.
yeah. I recently live in South Jersey. I'm originally from Harlem, New York. So I'm just happy to be here. Yeah.
Well, we
So,
are happy that you have done all these things out there.
yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
The
So,
stage is yours.
all right. This these poems I'm going to be reciting from my book called Peace, Power, and Love. This one is entitled A1. I don't need an original, only rock with Imperials. My drive on life captured with God on the steering wheel. Hang time moments, shots of brown liquor thinking. Coronavirus thoughts, Corona 1 lemon drinking. Sitting in a lounge with nice music and women. Dressed in a button up shirt, my jeans blue denim. Personally, I'm chilling inside the vibes of auras. Tall glass of water with a straw calling my daughter. Wondering about life and how the world be turning. Society on fire, children of darkness walking and burning. Soul searching for peace once released from a vessel. Outsiders speaking blasphemy and trying to catch you. Emotions of the righteous call on the Lord to fight this. That's why I joined the writers and spoken word reciters. Send a message to society. One day accept sobriety. Until then, admire me. I'm never what a liars be. I'm wireless, tired of all this ill mannered craziness. Dissolve bad relationships. escape on God's graciousness, pour water on my face, say a prayer after my morning. My spirit felt the warning that a new wave is forming. King.
Ooh, there you go.
Fire.
Thank you.
Rhythm.
Excellent. So we are not going to hear from you by your choice for a little bit. So just to letting everybody know, just before we get back to Preston, I just want to remind everybody, if you're watching us live or if you're watching on replay, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you get notified of all the shows that we have coming. There are many, many more. King and our wonderful producer, Quinten, have a packed series for you. Please don't miss any of it. Preston, we're back to you. We'd love to hear another piece.
Okay. This piece is called Pop. Pop, P-O-P, Pop. And even now, I weep at night. Not because of weakness or lack of backbone, but because I miss him. Searching for remnants that were never there. More than simply missing, it's the unknowing. You see, I never knew him. Never felt his strength or heard him call me son. And although I am grateful for the village that raised me, they cannot replace a father's love or the lessons learned, all the things I would have been. I am fragments fitted together, patchworked, piecemealed, inspiration peeled from surrogates and stand-ins, still stuck in memories missed, wondering if. Perhaps he was in my midst without me knowing. But how could I have known? Afraid of the possibility, absent a stranger's face or an unfamiliar smile. I survive on the wine of my forefathers, imbibing ancient wisdom one sip at a time. I pour another in his honor. Wherever you are, I hope I've made you proud.
Ooh,
All right.
great piece. I'm not too sure what's better though, the words or your voice.
I was going to say that as well, the way that you speak so like just it draws you in and just sorry to interrupt you there, Valerie, but you said this was going to get deeper, but geez.
I know, right?
Thank you.
All right.
Feel the flow.
Thank you. Ez, we're back to you.
Okay. So this piece is called Blindsided. I can't take it anymore. I can't. It's eating me from the inside out like the acid I swallowed from your fucking lies. On the outside, calm waters and beautiful views like a forever sunset horizon. No one sees the churning currents beneath the waters as venomous words course from your rotting lips. You snort dreams like it's candy, met the candy man and took a stand, just not the one I was expecting. You stood tall for destruction. Wrecking balls were the theme, and you dodged between them all, rejoicing in your victory. You forgot to look back in your exuberance. You missed the moment one took me down, and blindsided, I laid there stunned. I was weakened in this state, confused over my love for you, so I shot myself up with excuses in an attempt to save you. The wrecking balls, they kept slinging, one by one, swishing, while I'm here wishing to no avail. The foundation of our home was rocked, cracked, razed to the ground, and still nothing from you. You were a corpsed man in a living shell, and I don't know what I was. Maybe you're a corpse bride with a side of hacked jaw, 'cause I could say nothing at all to move you.
How relatable is that piece? Brilliant, right? Brilliant, right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Drove right in.
Just star.
You can't make me follow that now.
But I'm gonna.
That was power, man. That was a woo. Like, it's good job I was on mute because there's a lot of woo shot coming out of me. But all right, I'll try and follow up that. But forgive me, and hopefully my laptop lasts. All right. I treat strangers at the bus stop with more respect. See them as human beings. Maybe you miss me, like I mean less than. Overloaded donkey when it suits the scene. Proper ass, you clearly see. Redundant, now the job is complete. Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks for never checking on me. Still poisoning with that toxic energy. You can't see. Pushing us all apart. At least act like you care. Step in for 1 minute. I could paint the world with gold and turn the clouds into chandeliers. You'd still doubt it. Remember my name, maybe my phone number. Once you don't need me anymore. Instead, you always manage to make things worse. Each time I think it can't get better, you do it again. Even when I'm winning, I lose. I will never be good enough for you. Used for bragging credits when you never once scared about what I did. Constantly treating me less than. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. Ask me a question rather than tell me what you think you know. The last time I will ever have you. Never again will I be there. Maybe you knew it wasn't for you. I just can't. Something my G-mind stilled in me. Must skip a generation. The last time my bubbles would burst or energy depleted so unnecessarily. Drain my personality. Make me an angry person. Constantly hearing evil words filled with venom. Maybe if I deserved them, I'd feel differently. But you never even let me finish a sentence or ask me a question. Just automatically look down and assume the worst of me. Thanks for fake loving me when you needed it. Now tell your friends how I weren't there for you. I'm meant to mean something. Apparently, not. You are supposed to love me. Maybe show me you care. Luckily, I don't expect miracles. Everyone continues to run circles around you. See how long that lasts, Wolf. Here's to the next century of peace. Despite the pure love I feel for you, there's no point. Lots of love, the word you've never seen.
Ooh,
Love gang gang.
we are going
That
deep.
was,
We
that
got
was
some raw emotions going on here.
that was sky
I
high.
felt inspired to
I
do
love
that by the last poet. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna steer clear of some of these emotions either. So this piece is called Shallows. I lay in cold, shallow waters and wait. Flowers and moments drift past my toes, my fingers, my hair. I have laid here an eternity, scathing cold and love lapped towards the shores, seeping from me, but never soothed. In heartbreak, I know that I will live this over and over until we get it right, and we never will. My drenched dress is heavy, as is my heart. My skin puckers and wilts. It swells against my bones. I see stars cry and fall from the sky. Dread fills me again. I need that light to sustain me. The sun does not shine here. The moon even covers itself with clouds. Out of my sight. Poetry runs through my thoughts, dancing with words I might have said. Would have beens, could have beens, not helping me pass the hourglass of time. The sand never stops filling the curve-shaped glass, reminding me of your hand slipping past my breast, down my hips, your hand slipping so far away from me. Rain falls on my sorrowed soul, blankets me with chill. I wouldn't be so lonely if you would just ease out of my heart.
Oh,
Shoosh.
We're bringing it. We're bringing
Another
it.
one for the books.
And we're not done
Like
yet. We're not done yet. We have some more time and some more pieces. So very excitingly, I get to hand it back over to our voice, Preston.
okay.
Page yours.
Thank you. This piece is called Organically Raw.
Hold on for a minute. Excuse me, on Preston.
Sure.
This sound like there's a static
Yeah.
next to your mic or something.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's
You still hear it?
slight.
Slight.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was better.
Yeah, that was better.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
We're good?
Thank you. Thank you, King.
Okay. Appreciate that. This piece is called Organically Raw.
Mm.
Crack away. I'll crack what's left. Quietly, gently, peeling away layers if need be, saving the good bits. Yes. No doubts, no ambiguity, just organic release. You and I ensconced in palpable emotion. Our epilogue started ordained, divined, each line of us more than words can express, undiscovered us slowly budding into beautiful. Forever never seemed so close. Somewhere once the stars invisible lost their glimmer, but one enchanted eve their radiance remembered, and upon opulent glare I did pray, then you appeared. My faith restored, minds and hearts racing, aching, intertwining without thought, just raw connecting in effortless engagement.
Woo.
Give it up.
This is just a powerhouse
fly.
hour, let me tell you. It just keeps coming. Thank you for that. It was
Fly.
amazing. Another amazing.
Definitely like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Ez, we're back to you now. Thank you.
Okay. This one's called Distasteful Song. The clickety-clack of keys rings in my ears, a distasteful song I want to unhear. It's the music of searching for help from a screen as my fingers stumble and my insides scream. The compression of keys, the crescendo, then silence, becomes the deafening sound of violence. You once again disappear into darkness, promising me your addiction is harmless. If it were true, why does this tune play on? Why am I searching the screen, creating the song? My body knows what it's like to sway. Your agitated moves are a dead giveaway. I wish that I could make it stop, turn off my phone and let it drop into a hole that never ends. Instead, I just keep hitting send.
Oh, Ez, that book, it's got to be on my shelf.
She letting it be known.
It's coming.
Snap.
I just received mine. I'm going to have to get into it.
I know. Mine's coming. It's all on me because I've been slow getting that.
I have to go out there and cop that.
Right. Just we are back to you.
Whoa, it's moving quickly. All right. Damn, I think we've got to change the order. This is too hard for me, like put me on the back foot every time. But I'll try to follow it up. All right. You know I don't normally give titles. This is History Remix. Why can't I leave you behind? Yesterday's newspapers, dusty ornaments, forgotten books, lost history, traveled land, repeated journeys, scenic route, same destination. Maps line out our lives, tracks of the past. Trampled dreams, caged in my feelings, fading, phasing. Broken spirits, stolen ivory, empty shell, under your spell. Hypnotized, mesmerized. Memories of paths we once trod. No entrance, in a trance. Lost love, lust, fling, love, ting. Lasting too long. Paralyzed, senseless. 1 + 1 = us, minus the heartbeats. Divide the positives. Broken brackets, cradle the answer. We failed this equation again and again. We never added up. Etched trees mark our names whilst the leaves outgrow this empty space. Sprouting roots of despair. Branches snap. Heavy heart. Timber. Leaves crunch. Break in the morning dew. Demolish. Fresh start. Drowned. Wishing upon yesterday. Flickers of hope decorate every puddle. Muddy scenes reflect. To speak. Sorry. Flickers of hope decorate every puddle. Muddy scenes refract rainbows. Dancing. Shadows glisten each drop. Echoing hallmarks of the past. Scars remain. No happily ever after. In there. Addicted to the curse. Also referred to as pain. Or is it I love him? The one last hit. Chase the shadows. Mirroring darkness. Empty souls. Scare the devil away. Love. Pure. Painting, harsh strokes singe, rainbow palette bleeds the darkest shade of nothingness. The only space your name fits, mixing, blending every shade, can't mask the same ending.
Ooh. There we go. All right, I'm going to read a piece and then I'm going to ask everybody a question before we continue. This is called A Single Tear. A single tear shed took me so long to form, longer to allow it to drop. Time gathered, built moment on moment, strung out action on top of action, breaking something inside of me, cracking the resolve of which I formed against the likes of these tides crashing on shores. The pierce of your arrow to my heart, not as Cupid intended to strike me down with love. Alas, you intended as a final desecration, the assault that every utterance and cadence, every decisive aggression built up on. How many grains of sand created the beach? My single tear saturated each grain of sand until my footprints remained wet as I pulled my foot past. Stealth, prompt, factual, I fought it. Waves of emotion produced a single drop, significant in the tsunami that fell in a world all its own. All the time that it took to create that earthquake, the one that ruptured the peace I solidified, causing the waters to flood and destroy, reap and wash away in seconds. The devastating cleanse, dropping sand from an hourglass meant to hold years of turmoil, broken in the crash of swells, never to be pieced back together again, yet magically formed anew until the next flood, where no ark will shelter me from the single monumental tear that I shed.
Beautiful.
Thank
That
you.
was lovely.
Thank you. All right, everybody, I'm going to ask you, I'll start with Preston, we'll go to Ez, and then we'll go to Just Star, and King, if you want to answer too, you're welcome. What do you think about the statement, art imitating life? Do you think that's accurate? What does it mean to you?
You know, I think typically it probably is, but in my case, a lot of my well, most of my poetry, if not all of it, comes more from imagination than it comes from the gut. I don't. You know, you've heard the term being vulnerable, and poets being vulnerable. Somehow I'm able to, I guess, conjure ideas of vulnerability through just the words that I use. I'm not, if you read most of my stuff, it's not something that's specific to me. It's almost like I'm at a distance watching it. And so, yeah, I think normally it does, but for whatever reason, I write out of entertainment more so than anything else. And so I haven't bled upon the page as much as other people have. So I'll answer it that way.
Well, that's understandable. Some people are natural born storytellers, and some people come from within and create beauty out of those experiences. So
Right.
neither's wrong. It's all entertaining.
Right.
Thanks. Ez?
Oh gosh. You know, I don't do anything other than just write what I feel. And I don't know, for me, it's just, I didn't realize how different I thought until other people read it. So, you know, I think it is kind of art that it's not so much imitating life, but maybe expressing life, you know,
Absolutely.
because most of my words aren't very, I don't feel like are profound words or are so difficult to read, but they, for me, I just feel like they convey the moments when I'm feeling a certain way, whether it's love or pain and I just love to be able to express that. So
It's beautiful. And I know that I always say it's for us, and then it's for the reader or the listener. So if it heals us first, and then it's a gift to them, whether it's pure entertainment or if they find it healing.
absolutely.
Or yeah. Thank you.
And simplicity is a good thing.
Right.
It is.
Good thing.
Absolutely.
It really is, because it can get our message out to more people.
Right.
Really.
Yes.
Just start.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with everything you just said, and obviously, I do art in it. Never like to plug myself or anything. So I'm down with all that, and obviously as well, like I I agree, like, because like a way of expressing yourself, and you know, I even like do events to help kids like find a way to express themselves, because I feel like creativity helps our mental well-being and general well-being, you know, because just if you can't speak, dance, if you can't dance, paint, sculpt, like you get your hands dirty, you might enjoy it. What's the worst that can happen? And like I always feel as well like poetry is pages in my diary. So, you know, I'm like letting people into my, you know, my dark world sometimes. And I wish that I could be a bit more like you, Preston, and just write to be entertaining. Like sometimes like, oh, what can I write a poem about? And then I'm like, nah, it's not gonna work. I'm trying. Like it's like artwork. You know, I could do artwork all day and produce nothing. Yeah, and then like for an hour, then like mash out a good old piece. You know, and it's like poetry. The timing is right sometimes.
Yes.
So anyway, sorry to go for long, but yeah.
No, I think you nailed it. That was great.
Yeah,
King,
definitely.
did you want to chime in?
Yeah, I believe it's both. Art imitating life, life imitating art, but also it depends on the individual. Me myself, when I write, I go off vibrations and frequency. Being a meditator, that's just I could just be in chill mode and something will come to me and I just start writing. You know, sometimes it's past situations, not really probably my own, but being like a narrator for the world. You know what I'm saying? I call it soldiers of society. You know, you see things, you remember things, and you just boom, you write something. Somebody be like, yo, I'm feeling that right there. I've been through that. And you like, oh
Right.
yeah. So
I like that. Soldiers of Society, man. I'm gonna have to jack that. That's wicked.
Yeah, that might be a prompt.
that's a crew I got coming out called the Soldiers of Society.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, you can take it though. No plagiarism.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll definitely work on poetry with that line because that was a good one. Okay, thank you so much. Just before we get back to poetry, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, get notified of future shows. We have some great lineups coming forward still. King Atterbury and our producer Quinten have worked really hard to make sure that this show continues to awe and wow. So here we go, back to some poetry. Preston.
All right. This piece is called Dizzy's Den.
Mm-hmm.
Smiles and smoke soak this bohemian night spot. Hot dimes and red wine, specialties of the house. Jazz, just the appetizer. Outrageous, contagious, check this. Professorial cats and pork pie lids and copacetic soul patches. Cool, spontaneous, getting it in on too small bandstand, earning ends spent quietly, casual, dig. Long, lanky frames engaged in the euphonious. Half notes bent, tones twisted, sublime, soulful, tromboning, saxophoning, over brushes swish, staccato bass bottom, mood indigo swinging, late into the AM, what a rush. Hush, here comes my favorite part. Syncopated insomniacs hopped up on timeless rare sides, unable to remember when they didn't live the music, extensions of themselves, breaths suspended, blowing modal blue streams of consciousness, warm, wooing, as if pursuing a lover, beautiful, lyrical, flirtatious lines, flattering the senses, 4 more bars, closing set, encore. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
You just feel the music and the
Alright, I got a
sway.
thunderclap that. It had so much flow. I felt like there was a beat to it. That was
Right.
so good.
Hey, Preston, you know you remind me of the dude from X Clan, yo.
Oh, X-Clan.
Yeah, you remind me of, you know what I'm saying? Just the cadence, the flow, it was
All
dope,
right.
man.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Hey, facts.
Yeah.
I thought you had a whole live band behind you. I couldn't even tell you were just spitting on your own. Like, it was just so like, ooh.
Well, you know I love the jazz poetry, so you know I gotta
Yeah.
get that in there.
He's got
That's
that.
exactly
I
what
was
it
in the
was.
cafe with my cigarette and my brandy. I was there, man. Vibing,
Did you hear me, Preston?
No.
Your voice is like jazz. It just is. It's just that vibe.
Amen, sister.
Facts.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
just smooth jazz. Okay, thank you so much. Ez, we're back to you. Thank you.
Okay, so this next piece is called Lady of the Lake. I walk onto the shore of this lake. Wildflowers are growing everywhere, spreading their fragrance around me, drowning me in their soft, beheaded scent. Peace is much needed when so many questions plague my mind like locusts. I'm in a cyclical state of confusion I cannot escape, and I'm constantly questioning myself. I sit down and look out at the mirrored lake. Something pulls my gaze downwards, a force so strong it feels like strings attached to my sockets. I cannot turn my gaze away. Before me, appearing like a siren from the sea, a steadfast lady, comfortable in her element, in control of her breeze-like aura. A warrior princess she appeared with wild tresses blowing all about. I am captivated by her striking energy, her palpable force field. She is magnetic. Her knowing smile hints of her resilience, and I am eager for hers. I bow my head down the waters in prayer. Wishes pour out of me like a flood of currents. I channel this being, emulating her poise, reflecting her serenity, refracting my weakness. I feel the wave of words flowing across my lips like a breeze in the wind, effortless. Jolted away from my trance as lips meet the cool water's caress, I stare into my reflection. A renewed promise of love and trust, and in this moment I have clarity. I am determined, renewed, reborn. I will my answers, and the tides engulfing me are going to change.
It was a beautiful piece, and we got most of it, but you got a little bit garbled partway through
Oh
because
no!
but we definitely got most of it. So
Okay, sounds good.
yeah, absolutely a gorgeous piece. And
It
I was
definitely
with
was
you in
on
that.
It could have been a Wi-Fi or a
Yeah,
signal.
I think it was a signal issue, but
Okay.
man, I was sitting here thinking to myself, I'm feeling like I can feel when you're like feels the pull of it. I was like, I feel like I'm being pulled.
Definitely
Really
was.
great. Really great. Thank you. Just are you ready for another bit?
Why not? I'll
Why
join
not?
for some poetry. Right. 1 or 2. Give me a number so I can pick between these two, please.
I need to let King pick.
2.
Okay. All right.
Good choice of what I was gonna pick.
Number 2 it is. All right. It makes no sense what we humans do. Fight our battles with machine guns and ammunition too. What happened to mankind? Man not kind. When we learn another life is not worth a life, why should one die to gain superiority? An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. See? Remember the vibes of Gandhi. Instead, we bleed further into the darkness, black shadows encompass. No side could ever really win. They kill, you kill, we kill, everybody ill. How many lives is really worth a medal? Why do we put murderers on a pedestal? If I hit you, I'll be serving time, be behind bars, but give me a badge and arms, I can kill at will. Crown the hero, abandoned once mission's complete. Flash a poppy to show integrity. When in reality, we're justifying the killing. Shooting in another country don't seem to exist. Send back rockets with love from the bricks. And you think that makes you different? Wishing death upon another makes you no better. Either side of the line, a life is a life, a mama, dad, a sister, or a bride. Gunned down in broad daylight. Forever forgotten, lost in a myth, believing wars can really win. When they die, you die, we die. Everybody cries. I die inside every time I watch the news. No new news, just pure hate and abuse. No longer brainwashed, satellite lost, tinfoil hat. Labeled a conspiracy theorist, any excuse to avoid the truth. Manipulated by the system, drain fruit. Be the seed we need to see, grow the truth and water the blades of green. Drops of dew, reflecting that light in you. Beaming light shines, celebrating life. Let's not be the death of humanity. Join hands and speak as a community. This is not the future we see for our children and unborn youth. Is this a life you wanted for you? I can't accept this so-called everyday as an acceptable reality. I will stand my ground and pray for the day the world values life differently. Equality over equity, people over pennies, life over luxuries. Instead, they sell arms to the Arabs and wonder why they shoot. Because the bullets are more profit too. Blinded by bricks of gold, our lives become irrelevant, more valuable incarcerated or deceased. Black and white suit, now they own you. Work to the bone, it's not slavery because they changed the tone. Supposedly living free when your life means more in the morgue or dressed in an army suit. Serve your country, kill to order. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't forget to salute. Still liquid gold home, no matter the sacrifice. Rewarded with no benefits, forgotten in the next news twist. Media outlets tainted by the government, change history, scaremongering, leads to believe in fake lies and magicians. Concentrate on this, whilst the other hand deceives. Blame it on the refugees, because they had to blame, you see. No rabbit in a hat, just an illusion of fact shoved down your throat. People, put down the remotes. If your land was demolished by bombs, would you want to bring your family up in half a building or float to the bottom of the sea? Try to escape devastation, labels you not worthy. How dare you avoid chaos and protect your family? When one side thinks they are worthier, like the lottery born into different countries, I see no difference in you and me. Yet countries change the meaning, change the channel, put down the remote, listen to the sound in your heart. We all bleed the same. Human beings forgot to be, living so selfishly. Blinders, rat race, last place, human race.
Powerful.
All right.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Raw dog without the bag, huh?
Just I love the way you project your energy. You know what I mean?
Thank you, bro, man. I appreciate that. Likewise. I think it's when you're
A1.
around people, you vibrate and you know what I mean?
That's A1. You know what I mean?
We got a
I'm
crew
down with
tonight,
that.
let me tell you.
I'm going to take that to the bank and cash that.
All right.
Okay. I have this piece. I have not read this in quite some time. This was a prompt piece. So there's a prompt line in here. And it was one of the first ones that I remember winning an award for. So, but that doesn't mean you have to like it. And it has no name because back then I didn't title my work. Her name was Summer, but her eyes stormed like two hurricanes about to make landfall. I watched. I listened. All my senses tingled and sparked, glistening from her strength, where her wisdom prosed with words unsaid. I took the powers of her, the insanity of the unspoken, had me breathless and without blood coursing through my veins. In this moment of death, I had never felt so alive. Her storm was gentle, but overpowered everything about me. I felt that vixen wash over me. Her eyes so gentle, but in them I saw the fierce warrior she had become. Her love was the weapon she branded, and it struck me down and it kept me right there. I found it was where I had wanted to be all my life. In the eye of her hurricane, in the arms of her summer, the landfall hit me. I was forever changed, a storm chaser. I got to my feet and dropped to my knees in the awe of what the universe had just given me. My heart pulsed to the thrush of that storm, and now my blood rushed with a new shining purpose, and all that happened before that moment had meaning. I became her storm, and I became so much more.
Right.
All right.
I see why it won an award.
Thank you.
One more time for the people in the back, yo.
So I think that we have time for one more round. I think I've been given approval for that go. So we'll just go right ahead with Preston, and we'll, as just I'll do a closing piece, and King will close us out with his piece and his wonderful wisdom words.
Okay, this last piece is called Strange Fruit.
Okay.
Suspended high above the poplars, their remnant randomly rampant like ashes, colliding with the wind, scattering the blues and beautiful of them. Their collective crewers spill over from unmarked graves, ghosts of bodies still swinging in the breeze, the incessant bloodletting of ancestors leaving branches barren, but in spring they shall bud their innocence. How tragically sublime.
Ooh.
Damn.
Straight right to the point.
Yeah,
Right to the point.
Mhm.
right to the point. And you got the word sublime in there. Fitting, very fitting.
Yeah.
Beautiful, thank you. Ez, oh, there we go. You were frozen for a second. Do you want to chat with me for a second to make sure that
Yeah.
your screen is good?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Seem okay?
Okay, yeah, it seems okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
go for it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So this last piece is The Hunter.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Did I freeze again?
As soon as you started talking, it just kind of went a little bit glitchy.
Sometimes when you turn your camera off on StreamYard, it helps. I don't
Okay.
know, maybe
Do
you
I
have to
stop
try.
the camera and I can just read?
We'll try anything to make sure that we can hear you properly.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, can you guys hear me okay now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sure can.
It's actually a bit better, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. That's perfect. Thanks, Jastar. The Hunter.
Mm.
Just want to see your eyes light up again. I just want to see you love yourself and your inner child. I feel like this is all I have dreamt of. It is all I have prayed for. Shovel out all that dirt you have piled on the grave, and to brave yourself with the fabrications you groomed yourself to believe. You are more than the meat in between your flesh. I wish that you'd uncover it. Please rip your skin from the lies haunting you. That trap you set was not meant for you. You laid it out as your defense, and tense at the void within those teeth, you went looking for folly. It must have hurt when the shock wore off and your skin and bones were trapped in the teeth of your lies. I see it. I recognize that pain for all its brokenness. What's broken must be reset, one painful touch at a time. And all we can do is wait for time to heal this pain, for time to heal us. So before you love me, please break your heart, and I will hold your hand. I will be your balm, and together we can piece your heart bit by bit until you're strong again.
Ooh. It was a little bit glitchy, but man, oh man, what a beautiful piece.
Definitely caught the words in there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I knew you're good for that. You're so gorgeous.
It's that wonderful simplicity again.
Yeah.
It resonates.
Absolutely.
It resonates.
Definitely do.
Just so heartfelt. It just
Thank
grabbed
you.
my heart. You know, this love poetess, and when she gets in that mood, like,
Yes.
I'm gushing. All right, Miss Jastar, we're back to you.
Yo, like I tried to catch most of that, and it actually once again you've inspired me again, you know. So yes, thanks for letting me do another piece. This is called Time is Not a Healer. Time is supposed to be a healer. Everybody kept telling me in time it will get better, maybe even easier, whatever that's supposed to really mean. A myth that doesn't exist. Why did everyone lie to me? I'd rather they said this will only get worse. Each minute will be longer than the last, far worse than the first, which was longer than the one before. Don't even mention the first one that started this curse. Dominoes of clocks that tick constantly minus the top. The hand that never stops. Beating down torture, reminding, incessant. Every millisecond resounds. Pain, pain, pain. Repeat, eat, sleep. Turmoil times a million just to test this human. Losing sanity like the sands of an hourglass lost in time. The hand arm for the next mark. Ruthless timing, never ending. Increasing the intensity, echoed with each strike. Tick, tick, tock, tock. Adding a new drum to the chaos of chimes. No sequence, out of rhythm, pure nonsense. Noise, Background beats, hardly hear her at every beat. Scribbling a maze with no exit. You can't write this. No paintings or drawings. Clearly obsolete, just a pure painting. No color can match this scene. Empty palette. Bring back my person. Send the magic one. Grant me a genie so I can get 3 wishes. Stop the clocks. Rewind time. Pause. Record. See your smile again. Store and remember repeatedly. Reliving the memories. Unbreak all the shattered hearts from this land to overseas. Reclaim the overflowing streams filled with tears. Tell me it's okay, babes. You know I love you. You can always speak to me about it too. Instead, reality. Brutal reality. A relentless roller coaster captained by my lost soul, a man by this broken heart. Never ending, rumbling inside. Venom breeding anger floods my veins. This anguish has no end. Tentacles of torture that reach each and every single corner, slowly sucking a life out of every situation. On a mission to ruin anything and everything left, I strive to make good in this so-called thing known as life. Self-saboteur, stronger than ever. Subconsciously, recklessly, smashing everything I touch, trying to make the world for the tiniest sample of my anger, matched by this pure sadness. In an instant, shattered glass mirrors, broken scenes, crashing everything that was and could have been. Lost souls stumbling a path with no shadow. All alone, it was inevitable. The best, expert at pushing the good away, stubborn, independent, fool, blindly navigating unknown territory. Always knew never to trust anyone. They never kept their promises. Forgot about the love they acted like they had. Yours was so pure. You always did anything for us all. Always wanted to be there. Only after I tried to fathom the level of love you held for us. The times you were harsh or never stopped calling me. You just cared. If I could take back every time I said stop calling. Only because you forgot we already spoke just in the morning. I'd swap my ability to draw, to re-etch their memories. Apologize for not understanding just how much you love me. So I could savor all them God blesses and I love yous to keep me strong forever. No one else says it to me. I've never truly heard it since you left. If you could, you'd still physically be looking after us all, worrying whether we've eaten, walk across water to make sure we're warm, block out the wind and rain, cuddle us with love and praise. We never knew how blessed we truly were. You could part the sea. To us, you were invincible, see? Connected to the big man, prayed for us morning, noon, and night. Pure love every time you caught our eyes. No one we held higher. Nothing will ever be the same. Knowing I'll never get to hear your voice again, each hurdle becomes a mountain. I can't even want to try to begin. No one else understands the levels to this. Only you, the only one who always listened and heard every word. Tried to remind me it was okay, because you love me. Let me be me. Then, even with the worst words said, you disagree. Come on, Jussie. Don't say that, please. Still understanding exactly what I mean. Listened endlessly, like I did with you. When your days morphed into memories of yesteryears, I learned to agree and accept your new reality. Rejoicing in adventures you've seen from the safety of your slippers. Stuck in your bed, you traveled the land once again. Back to the future, Parkinson's, dementia. We said goodbye again and again. My G, the only one I would ever truly miss this much. I'm glad it was you that truly broke my heart, set the scene. Pure role model, the strongest person we ever knew. If I can muster a seed of the strength you showed us, plant a grain of love you left in me, grow into the person you always dreamed, I'll reach the golden gates with the blessings you taught me. Finally believe I weren't that bad after all. Show me the way to get to the place where I can see you again. No matter how long it takes, I just need to know we can have our conversations and I can hear you tell me you love me again.
Wow.
Sorry, that was a long piece, but you know, for my G-Mark.
It's all right. It's all right.
Beautiful piece.
So
Beautiful
heartfelt.
tribute. Beautiful.
Yeah.
My G, thank you.
Yes, thank you for
That
that.
was fly. I
Was
like that.
very vulnerable.
Uh-huh.
Very vulnerable.
Okay.
I'm going to read this piece, and then I'm going to hand it over to King, and we're going to close out. This is Braille Scars. You carved your name so deep on my body that it etched into my bones. I traced that brailled scar for my heart to read. The slice was painless. What affected me was your eyes searching my brokenness, knowing me in ways that fractured me to vulnerability. But you held those places, honoring my battles, cradling my sins, closing in on me, whispering, love wins. Your words were free. The actions demanded payment. When you asked me to abandon my munitions, I took ease in laying my shield at your feet. My words were softly delivered. What was mine is now yours. I entrust it all to you. From now on, my love is your weapon.
All right.
Nice little mic drop at the end there.
There you go. Well, I would like to say thank you so much to all of our guests for coming tonight, because it has been an amazing show, and it's not quite over yet because our king over here is going to entertain us one final time and close out the show. So thank you everyone watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also follow Poetry Corner on Facebook as well. King?
All right. One thing I forgot to tell everyone, I'm on Instagram, King Atterbury Inc., and also King Atterbury 7. So that's where I can be found on Instagram.
Excellent.
All right. This piece I title Hidden Features. Arms too short to shoot a wicked jump shot. Build is too weak to accomplish a layup.
King.
Yes. Oh, I thought you said something. I'm sorry.
I heard it too, but I have no idea where it came from.
Yeah.
Start again.
All right. It's called Hidden Features. Arms too short to shoot a wicked jump shot. Build is too weak to accomplish a layup. Game is handicapped to make a play anyway. Tired words displayed, might as well never speak. Crisis of a brother that lost his backbone. Lack of confidence is shown with a head down. Identity of love and care once was remembered. Why even reminisce on a time when smiles appeared? Understanding of possibility was just imaginative. Caught inside the web of a beauty that disappeared. Without recovery, mirror reflect the image so ugly. Why even lift the spirit that's buried in blind emotions? Never be good enough, perhaps an option of poor choice. A lot of darkness to close in and sleep inside of thoughts. Praying to God for a transformation, rebuilding the presence. Where scriptures became reborn as a Christian, thankful lesson. Tides turning wheels of life on standby, check the canvas. Immortal anguish, eyes closed, visions of rain. Replica of the past, disappointment inside the present. Backyard bedroom, sitting on the edge of the future. World's biggest loser, playing around in many circles. Deaf, dumb, and blind, curfew, chain squads, find rehearsals. Sanctuary falls short of what tomorrow never bring. Substitution without gratitude. Congratulations once again, King.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming in tonight. Like the audience out there on Facebook and YouTube for tuning in to these beautiful poets that just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. You know what I mean? Spitting them bars. So I want to thank you all. Y'all have a pleasant night. And like I always say, peace, love, and poetry. And we out of here.
Peace.